Olá, pessoal. Meu nome é Clarissa, eu sou psicóloga e escritora e eu estou iniciando este projeto do podcast Clarissa Vilar. Hoje com um convidado muito especial, meu querido amigo, advogado e fotógrafo Rafael Barbosa. Boa tarde, Rafael.
Boa tarde a todos. Obrigado pelo convite para estrear esse projeto que é de suma importância para a sua pessoa, para a sua divulgação. Que eu conheço tua capacidade, você tem uma amiga há 20 anos, então isso é interessante e mais uma vez me sinto honrado em participar e ser parte de algo tão significativo.
Obrigada. Este é um podcast em português e inglês, então eu espero que vocês aproveitem e se divirtam muito e interajam com a gente.
Yes, porque nós vamos ter também dicas muito interessantes para vocês, aproveitando o ensejo que está próximo da chegada do Dia dos Namorados. Então, o tema vai ser baseado sobre relações.
Dos pontos de vista da psicologia, por que a dinâmica dos relacionamentos hoje em dia está tão complicado? O que é que o Tinder fez 10 anos? Por que há o declínio dos aplicativos de relacionamento? O que é que a psicologia tem a dizer sobre isso? Afinal de contas, o que querem os homens, o que querem as mulheres? E nós vamos começar em inglês.
Okay, let's go.
Let's begin.
Yeah, you should begin.
So, Tinder made 10 years. Yay!
Okay.
What's
It helped us too much.
helped you a lot?
Yeah, it helped.
Yeah, it didn't help me a lot. So, I was reading on BBC Brazil that Tinder and the other apps have been on the decline. Why you think that happened? What do you think is the main point of that? Because we know that people are getting tired, especially women, because it's like on Tinder made a promise that it would be super easier to meet people and start a relationship and would make everything easier. But it didn't happen that way. Of course, there was the bad side. There was also the good side. Many people matched, but other people didn't. So why you think people are getting tired?
Okay, first of all, you told that Tinder has 10 years of foundation. Okay? When a new app is released, people run to them to know how to use, how it be useful for me. How can I do something with this application? And when it gets older, a million of people use them and know, yeah, I'm not successful and I'm going out. The second point is related to the question of liars. There are two words, the online words, that offline world.
Yeah.
The life between two people that meet each other on the internet and the life beyond them. The real life they come. So some people put photos that does not match to the reality to them, and the other ones put informations, fake informations, not truth. Because they are afraid of not satisfy the people who looking at them.
A friend of mine said, I saw this women and they would look like an Amazon Prime on the screen, and when I matched them, looks like Alibaba outside the screen. So I was like, I laughed so hard. But anyway, so you think what means society has to do with it? What man comes into a time that the era of matchmaking has changed forever since Tinder appeared and since those Tinder and other apps that looks alike. So, what do you think is the future of those apps? What do you think is gonna happen?
Okay, they won't finish it. I'm sure of this, but it changed forever the way to meet other people, because Tinder is not only for having sex or for having other things like that. It made thought of shy people. You know, shyness is a character of some things, of some people.
Some
sorry,
people, yeah.
some people. Sorry, and The shy found a way to meet other person, to have the friendship or any kind of relationship, love relationship, because a shy person cannot go to a party to meet someone, call him to have conversation, and then go away. No, shy people wait for the other,
Yeah.
and sometimes when the other comes, they run away because they not feel prepared for the moment.
Yeah. So taking up to our next what the next subject that I want to talk about, what men and women miss nowadays. Do you think who has to take the first step, men or women?
Okay, the word says man has to do the first act, begin of all. It's not wrong, but it's not totally right.
It's not a rule.
Yeah, it's not a rule. It depends on the man. It depends on the woman. So what I think that people should not be persuaded to think that if a woman begins the relationship, this woman is easy. This woman is a kind of bitch. It's not that.
Yeah.
It's not that. Only men should be prepared to start. If not, if the woman start and they meet each other and they like each other, they will be happy some way.
Yeah. You think there's no rule? You know, I've seen some dating coach. This guy said that the woman should take the first step because the man like to feel he's the chosen one. Do you agree or disagree?
Oh, it depends. As you said, that's not a rule. Person is not an object.
Yeah.
People are strange, like the song said. People are different. That's the meaning of the thing. If I feel like the chosen, I'm very satisfied. I'm very happy. But sometimes man needs more interior force, like more let me think what I say, like more excitation to keep on the relationship.
I understand. So, what men miss nowadays? What you and your friends and you think as a lawyer, as a successful person, what do you think men miss nowadays in relationships that usually you guys talk about?
Oh, they miss the way of talk personally, the way of conquer. It's very, very, very rare when a man arrives to a woman and offers flowers
Yeah.
or chocolate or candy or only a sincere hug. No, this is like automatic. The internet and the social media and Instagram made like a program man to only, wow, where do you live? What's your age? Do you work? Do you study? Do you smoke? Do you drink? Where the places you like to go? It's all based on questions, not on conquer.
Yeah. So you think winning over a woman is getting harder or you think it's getting easier?
Yeah, it's getting easier.
It's getting easier.
Yeah, sincerely, it's getting easier. Just because when you're different, man. For example, me, I'm different. I used these apps, but I'm not looking at some like
Casual thing.
casual things, casual sex. No, I was looking for people to talk to me, to conversation, to meet, to go out, to have good times, and I never lost my personality. I never lost my characteristics, my inner self, because of the automatism of internet.
Yeah.
I still be the same. I still being uh, a nice guy, a lovable guy.
Lovely person.
Yeah, I know. You know.
I know. I know you very well.
Yeah. 20 years.
20 years of friendship. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go.
So the Cinderella effect. Have we talked about that? Falamos?
No, not yet.
Corta. Nós falamos?
Não, a gente falou do que eles estão perdendo, ganhando, Cinderela.
Não falou
a gente
do
falamos
Cinderela,
ainda
não?
A gente só ensaiou.
Ah, pois vamos falar agora. Voltar. So there's a phenomenon called the Cinderella effect, which is cast while Tinder promised that things would be easier, and I think this is so. It is a funny name because it matches Cinderella's story, which like the spell is broken at midnight, and then she turns to be a housekeeper, and the Tinder. What you think is this spell that Tinder promised? I mean, I think I said that it's because it said it would be easier to talk about, to match with people you are interested, but something went wrong.
Okay, it happens a lot on Tinder. You will sleep with a princess by your side, and you wake up with a witch. Então, so it's the one more time I said about liars. People promise you one thing and show you personally that's not like that she said.
Yeah.
That's the reality when it comes. You may use a mask for 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks, but in any moment it will fall.
Yeah.
Because you show what you really are when you need to show what you really are. When are you in love, everything is beautiful, everything is blue, everything's pink. But when the problems arrives, you will show who you are when the problem comes.
All right. Yeah. Reality always wins.
Yeah, always win.
Reality
It's the only way. There's
Yeah.
no other way than reality.
There's a phrase that I read and I like it very much. It says, "Reality is a sovereign, is a reign. Reality always reign." So, tips for men, tips for women. Tips for women. Say 5 tips for women to on a date. 5 tips for women to behave, to act, to think, to say.
First one, and the most important of them, be yourself. The second one, make him smile, make him laugh. Be very
Be calm, you have time. You have all the time.
okay. Be a very nice person at the moment.
Say as much as you remember.
Yeah. The third one is you should not dress differently for the first met. You must dress as you usually do, because you will pass a fake impression of a person you are not. And the fourth one is tell as little as you can about your conquerors at the first date. The man wants to know who you are, but not what you have. If the man has good intentions, okay?
You talk about money, or you talk about what you achieved in life, if you have a master, a PhD, or if you live...
Your conquerors at all. Your conquerors at all. It's a theme for the next meetings, not the first.
Yeah.
The first you may, like I said, you may laugh and make him laugh. And the last one is do not wait too much to have an attitude. If the man wants to kiss you, he will show. If he doesn't want, he want to show.
Yeah.
And then you have to know the right time to
To approach.
approach. Yeah, that's it. And now you tell me 5 tips for a man.
5 tips for men. As long as I remember, I think men, not only in the first date, but in a relationship as a whole, like you have to be very honest. Like you said, I think it's as men as women, I think it's the same. You have to be very honest, but with kindness. You cannot like say that everything you want, or you have to be kind. Women just like kindness, and men have to show interesting about what you do. I mean, not staring at, for example, if it's very pretty or very beautiful, you have staring like, well, no, you have to be focused on what she does. I mean, of course, women like compliments. Oh, you're pretty, you look good, you're very smart, blah blah blah. But I think the key word is courage. Like I said, in the opera of Turandot, the Chinese princess, the prince won over her by the courage. So this is what I always say with who I've had space to my male friends. Women, if you're handsome, that's fine. If you have a good job, it's fine. If you are refined, that's fine. But this is not what's gonna close the contract. Like the relationship, it's a deal, right, between both parts. Courage with kindness is the key word. Women cannot resist. I always said, oh my God, if I could tell this, some way, somehow, because women cannot resist to courage. If you take a handsome guy and a guy that is not so good looking, but the second one goes on more courage. If you're in a pub and the guy just wants to be handsome but not talking to you, who's gonna feel attracted?
Yeah, I know.
Who's gonna feel attracted to somebody who does nothing for you? So women should be attracted by someone who does something for you, not because they are handsome and smart or rich or something refined. Those all qualities are fine, but it's not the main important thing. It's what he does to you. And I think it's with the women, it's the same thing. You don't want just a pretty woman to be like a trophy. How do you say trophy?
Trophy?
Trofeo.
Trophy.
A trophy,
Yeah.
So I think it's quite simple, but it requires practice, because I've seen some men do some horrible mistakes, and this is what we're going to talk about now. Worst dates ever.
Oh, yeah. That's the funniest part of this interview, this podcast. Okay.
So,
First of all, I had one time a date.
mm,
We scheduled on a Sunday, 5 p.m.
mm-hmm.
at Riverside Shopping. And I went there with sport shirt, shorts, and tennis. Okay, that's good. The person is wonderful, is a nice girl. We talked a lot, about 2 hours, but we didn't match each other to continue to meet each other, because she told me when I asked, why didn't you interested in me and have me as a date, as a boyfriend? And she told her, because I don't like the way you dressed. So she went away, and I thought, my God, Sunday, 5 p.m., 40 degrees, should I go to the mall with social
Clothes?
Not at all.
Yeah.
It's like sports clothes.
Of course.
Because of the heat, because of the day, because of the place.
Yeah. What did she expect? Oh my God.
Yeah. I'm lawyer 5 days a week. So I have to use very, very hard and hot clothes.
Yeah.
The tie,
yeah.
the tie and long sleeves. So when it's the weekend, I may use the shorter clothes.
Clothes
I can.
and you.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Remember another one? Funny?
Oh, yes. That one, it was tragic. Not so fun, but tragic. It was a tragic comedy. The girl stinks a lot.
Oh my god.
When she left my car, the smell of acid wax, it was at my seatbelt.
You had to clean the whole car.
Yeah. And so I told to a friend after this. I called the friend and just, oh, my friend, terrible, because the girl was a friend of her.
Oh my lord, no.
And I told, tell her, avanço is R$5. It's not too expensive.
Just $5.
Avanço is a brand of deodorant.
Deodorant, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my lord. Oh my.
And yours, what should I say? Yeah, what should you say about the
worst
dates
ever. I have many stories to tell, but as our time is reduced, I'm gonna tell just two. So a friend of my mother, she wanted me to introduce his employee at the ministry. So we went for a date, and then when he was driving me home, he said, "You know what? I don't want to date at all, but we can go to my house and do many things." And those things were like,
I know.
and you know, right?
Papa.
And he kept saying like, "I like this, I like that." I was like, "No way, no way! I'm hearing this. Oh my lord!" I just felt like escaping from the car. You know, thanks God he drove me home like really quickly, and I could escape. You know, but it was terrible. And
you felt like you would be in some moment raped by him.
no, not raped, but it's not that polite, you know, it's not that elegant. And as I said, women like courage, but with kindness, you know, and this is not kind, this is not courage, this is just aggressive, you know, and women don't like that. At least I don't like.
No, yeah.
But usually women don't like. So
kind of woman.
yeah, I've heard one story once. Remember there was that club in Teresina called Pink Elephant?
Yeah, Pink Elephant.
And I remember this club, and there was this story that I've heard that a woman was on the cashier, and the guy just grabbed a whiskey and then he just threw away like that to her, to the other side of the table. She got scared, she ran away, and he said like bad words to her. And then I felt like I was saying, oh my God, you think you are the one by doing that, you know? Sometimes I play with my friends, say if I could write an ebook, like say 5 top tips to win over a woman's heart, because that would make success. You know, you cannot win over like anyone. I'm not, you know, like in the whole world like doing this. You know, of course it's not even polite to throw away a whiskey, like to show that what you have money. Come on, it's not polite.
Never.
And once I was in Madrid with my auntie. She was doing a PhD, and I met a guy from Denmark, and in the end all he wanted was play. And then I just run away from his apartment, and I said, look, I can't, I'm sorry. And then he said, look, he wrote later, but back then there wasn't WhatsApp, so he wrote like, oh, you don't do my type. You know what? I was like, of course I don't do your type. I'm not for casual dates. Of course I'm not. Thanks God I didn't have anything with you. And then in the end he apologizes, everything. But it was really bad. Like, you felt like used. And then I said, that's the worst feeling ever. You feel like you're going to be used.
Oh, no, it's terrible.
It's a terrible. And sometimes
I felt it sometimes. As a man, I felt it.
As a man.
I was used.
Yeah.
Not sexually, but about money, about gifts.
Your time, your energy.
My time, my energy, my wellness.
It's bad feeling. So I don't feel like... So I feel like women, I still like the gentleman thing, you know, but being a gentleman, I mean, it's good for us and it's good for society, you know. We do not want people to play with us, to men to play with us, you know.
I remember a story that way back in 2007.
Mine or yours? Yours.
Yours. At the university, I met a girl, and we became boyfriend and girlfriend. I loved her so much, may I say, and she was impressed with me, with my characteristics, and she told to a friend of her, "Oh, he is poet, he is gentle, he speaks French, he gives me flowers, chocolates." And her friend looked at her deeply and asked, "Are you sure it's not him gay?"
Oh my lord.
Just because I'm very, very
Polite.
polite. He asked
Oh.
if I'm not gay. Because that her friend was from a little city on Piauí. Used to have very unpolite man that doesn't know how to conquer a girl, only goes to vaquejada,
Oh
etc.,
my.
etc., etc.
Yeah. Oh my lord. So yeah. So what do you think is the future of dating after the apps, the social medias? Not only the apps, but the social medias. You think it's inevitable that it changed forever, or you think even
Yeah.
if changed, some characters, some values, they will never change?
On people that have cultural formation, like me, like you, um, doesn't allow to be changed by the meanings of the internet, like the news, like these whole things. But people doesn't have culture, doesn't have study, are very influenced by the influencers that are not more than idiot person. It's my opinion.
Well, most part of them, unfortunately, they don't have like a good influence. They influence for like silly things, you know.
Yeah,
So
silly nilly people. That's all. And I think that yeah, the way to conquer, the way to meet each other, have changed forever. Our generation that uh, raised up without internet and after like 15, 16 years old had contact with this has the look to be to have a formation before it.
mm-hmm.
But people are born and raising only with the informations acquired on internet. That's dangerous.
Yeah,
I'm worried about the next generations.
me too. I'm worried too. Many people go into therapy because of social media, because of the apps, the new addictions, you know. I'm really worried about them, you know.
Yeah.
So to finish this subject, there was in our town, Teresina, there was a problem with an account that was made by women who were really angry about their dates, and they exposed the guys, right? So as a lawyer, what could you say, like what's the law say about that?
It's a crime because you have the right of your entire image. Okay, then if someone expose you without your permission, it's a crime. It takes like 6 months to 1 year of jail
Mm-hmm.
and uh, monetary punishment also. If depends on the case, on the gravity
Mm-hmm.
of the exposition, the punishment goes to 3 years of jail. Uh, as a citizen, it's immoral to expose someone. I know betrayal is terrible, but I defend that everyone has their own conscience.
Consciousness. Yeah.
If he's married,
Yeah.
only he can respect his wife. Okay? If a person goes out to have sex with a married man and she knows, she also has no conscience. She is like a partner on this shit.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
all.
So, what happened in the end? Did you accomplish the trial? There was some sort of a trial here.
When I went to the police officer, there were more than 200 denunciations against this page. Mesmo cara THE. Same guy in Teresina, in English. Because there were a lot of exposed men, and the confusion was very, very, very big.
Oh my God, that must be terrible.
Yeah.
Have been terrible.
And now the police will investigate and maybe punish the responsible. Because when the police went to the story, the page had already been deleted by Instagram because of denunciations.
Yeah. Oh my God. Então, assim, quem se interessar, meus livros estão sendo vendidos nas principais livrarias de Teresina e também na Amazon, Magalu, Barnes Noble, americana, né? Então, eu gostaria de agradecer a todos que nos assistiram e vejo vocês no próximo episódio. See you in next episode. Bye!
Bye, até logo!